Good day, everyone. My name is Anthony Okon, and I will be a host for Mind Shift today. And this is our first full episode on Mind Shift. And why Mind Shift? What is Mind Shift, right? So we've seen, and if we're observant enough, we would see that there are a lot of issues in society, right? And these issues could be public issues, personal issues, private issues, right? But there's just a lot of friction everywhere. And most of those issues come from a point of misunderstanding, right? So it's either someone knows something or someone doesn't know something, right? There's always a missing link somewhere with all these issues. So the idea of mind shift is if we can bridge the gap between these issues, this information gap, right? So people should know what they should know, and they shouldn't know what they shouldn't know, right? Or they should discard what they shouldn't know. Yeah, let's put it that way. So I'm not better than the next man. I'm just privy to absorbing some good information from books, from great men around the world, in Nigeria, right? And for time, I'll be dissecting some of these things and sharing it with us, because this information has shifted or is shifting the way I think. All right, so I believe once I show you guys these things also, or show everyone these things, it would shift your minds also, and we can be better. All right, so we believe, in fact, it's a fact that everything in life is connected, right? We're talking leadership, money making, purpose, relationships, spirituality, right? Everything is connected. In fact, everyone is the same, let me put it that way, but who we are is determined by the sides we bring out. All right, so the good person, the bad person, right? They all have the same potentials, the same abilities, right? But who the bad person is determined by the abilities that he brought out, right? That's what made him bad. The good person could have brought out those abilities also to be bad, but that person didn't, right? So it's the same thing, flip side, for the good or bad person. So depending on what we bring out, depending on our mindset, right, that is what would determine who we are in life, right? So purpose, right? Everyone has a purpose in life, and our purpose was determined, or our purpose were determined even before we were born, right? So it's not like a career path or a course in school where you say, okay, I like engineering, I want to be an engineer, and you study engineering and you choose an engineering career path. No, it's not that. In fact, our purpose are chosen, right? Or we have our purpose even before we are born, right? So that shows us that purpose is spiritual, right? There's a spiritual part, there's a spiritual side of purpose, and that shows us that there's more to this life, and everyone knows there's a spiritual side of this life. That's why, whether it's the church, the pastor, or the cult, or the Muslim, or even the atheists, right? People that don't believe there is a God, right? They believe there is a force, chemical reaction. So that is spiritual. They believe in spirituality, right? So that shows us the spiritual undertone of purpose, right? And then another thing that we want to connect in mind shift is relationships, right? Relationships is linked to all this. When we talk about relationships, we're talking about friendships, acquaintances, colleagues, even as far as the things we consume on social media, TikTok, and you know the rest, right? So everything we consume, right, has a tendency of either shifting us away from our purpose or shifting us towards our purpose. And in fact, that's why I want to give us a spoiler or an expo. If you consume things like Mindshift and some other good stuff online, you would be tilted towards your purpose the more. Yeah, I said that. So, relationships, right? The kind of friends you keep, the type of things they talk about, right? The way their minds are, right? It would influence you. You have no control over it. It must influence you, right? So it's important to pick people or to choose to be influenced by people that take you towards your purpose and not away from your purpose, right? And even the spouses too. I'm currently reading a book. It's called A School of Money by Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. And though he spoke more in the line of entrepreneurship, but in life generally, your spouse, he said that your spouse determines how wealthy you can become, both in if you're a business person, an entrepreneur, or a career person. Because imagine struggling out there, right? And you come back home and you're still struggling. That is not nice. And I can tell that person's lifespan will be so short. But imagine you're struggling out there, you come back home and you have a supportive partner that supports your vision, that supports your purpose. Things will be easier, right? So the spouse affects the purpose also, right? And relationships, books, the books we read, it's very important for people to read books. And I'm a strong believer in books. I believe there's nothing new that has happened to anyone, no matter how difficult or no matter how beautiful that situation is. Everything that's happening has happened before, right? And someone has documented it, right? Every issue has happened before and someone has gone through that issue, and somewhere, somehow, they've documented the solution to that issue. So every solution is not the same, but you can make some sense out of what was documented. That's why reading is very important, right? So as relationship, then leadership, connecting leadership to the whole flow is everything is a long topic on its own, right? But for this video, we just want to connect everything. So we might not be talking leadership, politics, and career managers and stuff, but it's still connected. By leadership here, we mean being a leader on your own, a self-propelled leader, right? Doing what you should do, when you should do it, and how you should do it, right? And that's so powerful because if you check, if we talk of political leadership issues in countries, right, you can see that a leadership style that's not going well is because the leader is not doing what they should do, when they should do it, and how they should do it, right? So sometimes they're not doing what they should do intentionally, right? But even that is an issue because they feel that that's the best way to go. But if they knew better, they will do better, right? So we should be self-propelled, right? do what we have to do, right? And that is the way we can achieve our purpose, right? Or get closer to our purpose, right? And the amazing side, money making, tying money making to all this. So they say money is the ultimate result. All right. So if we're doing what we should be doing, if we're doing the right thing, one indicator is making money. All right. I know some people might object that, oh, so does that mean people that don't make money are not doing the right thing? Well, it's not my words. I'm just saying that money is the result for doing the right thing, right? So if life is continuous, so someone doing the right thing and is not making the money this time, right? Eventually that person would begin to make the money. So let's not try to term this as being too materialistic, right? So still on the book I'm reading, School of Money by Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. I think it's a good book. You should have a look at it. He spoke about money, right? And money is not this thing we think money is. That's the legal tender, the paper, right? The paper is only a proof, right? Money is a reward for value. So paper money is only a proof of value, right? 1,000, 10,000, $100, $10, right? So think about this. Imagine someone that the person is broke, no money, and you just sit down. Let's say the person is a very skilled drummer, and maybe for every drumming gig, person can be paid maybe 50K, let's assume, right? 50K. So broke person just here, imagine if he sees an event somewhere, or he reaches out to someone, I'm like, hey, I can play drums for you, right? And in 5 minutes from now, he goes to play drums and he's paid 50,000, right? So he has 50,000 now. Meanwhile, he was broke a few hours ago, right? So that shows us that the real money is not the 50,000 he received, right? The real money is his drumming skills, his drum skills, right? So when people are shouting, I don't have money, I don't have money, they are looking for the paper money, right? But the real money is what you have to sell, right, to exchange for that paper money, right? So most times, if you're fulfilling purpose, you have something to sell, right? And when you sell it, you would get the paper money as a reward, right? So that's the idea. So this is just an overview, right? I just wanted to give us the vibe of how mind shift will go. It's not just talk, right? We're trying to address things from where it started from the root cause, right? So other episodes would come up, and we would speak more about other things, but I hope we were able to get the idea of how everything in life is connected. So till the next time we meet, but for now, please like, subscribe, and share, because when you share the mind shift, you are helping other people shift their minds, and you are making the world a better place. All right, bye for now. Cheers.